Itong Lunes, maulan, pero tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang trabaho dito sa House of Representatives. Maski may mga suspension ng mga klase at suspension ng mga opisina. Nagkaroon tayo ng mga budget hearing, budget briefing na pinangunahan ito ng mga miyembro ng Young Guns. Andyan yung chairperson natin sa appropriations, si Congresswoman Mika Swansing.
For 2 consecutive years, the Commission on Audit, or COA, has granted it an unmodified opinion, a clear testament to its fiscal discipline and accountability.
Yun naman doon sa Department of Labor and Employment, ang counterpart na committee, nandiyan si Congressman Jolo Revilla.
Magandang araw po sa inyo lahat. Nandito po tayo ngayon sa Kongreso at ito po ang first day ng ating committee hearing para sa Committee on Labor and Employment at ating aasikasuhin ngayon yung organizational process para sa ating committee at ganun din para babantayan natin ang kapakanan ng manggagawa at ng mga employer. Basta tayo dito mananatiling patas at lagi nating uunahin ang kapakanan ng bawat manggagawang Pilipino.
There are no more items to be discussed. Would like to thank everyone, all of you for coming. We'll see you again next week, Wednesday, September 10.
Nandyan din yung Committee on Higher Education na pinangungunahan ni Congressman Jude Asidre, which by the way, kasama ko siya as one of the commissioners ng Education Commission o sinasabi nating EDCOM 2.
Ako si Congressman Jude Asidre ng Tingog Party List at kasalukuyang chairperson ng House Committee on Higher and Technical Education. Buong puso po nating tinanggap ang mabigat na responsibility nito, pero excited din po tayo na masimulan ang trabaho natin sa komite. Ngayon po ay papunta tayo sa unang organizational meeting na may briefing po ng Commission on Higher Education at ng Technical Education and Skills Development Authority at ng kanilang mga proposed agenda para sa susunod na 3 taon as well as yung kanilang mga priority progress of projects. Sana ho'y maging kasama at makatulong natin, kabalikat natin ang CHED at TESDA para po sa kinabukasan ng ating mga kabataan.
Each member was given a copy of the committee's proposed rules in the organizational kit based on the rules adopted during the 19th Congress.
Nagkaroon tayo ng plenary session ng mga budget hearing.
Session is full order. Production, sharing information,
participation in education, comprehensive and guidelines for prevention, protection, prevention, mental health, re-education, provides instructed dangers and mercy and mass comprehensive. Empower our law enforcement agencies and fund initiatives that protect and guide our youth.
Ready na tayo for Infracom.
Magandang araw po, kasalukuyan po tayo ngayong nasa People Center at mag-uumpisa na po ang hearings ng Infracom para po matagal yung mga samot-saring issues regarding po sa anomalous na flood control projects saka infrastructure projects.
Puri po ang ating suporta sa Independent Commission.
Sir, it was stated on record that you rose from the ranks. Nag-umpisa po kayo job order hanggang sa current position nyo ngayon. Tama po ba, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
I do believe that a lot of people from DPWH are honest. A lot of people from COA are honest. But there are scalawags. There are people na nakakatakas at nakakalusot who are corrupting the entire agency and corrupting the entire government.
We understand that the top 15 contractors which were mentioned by the President who have cornered flood control projects require a license from the PCAP in order to join and be awarded projects from the DPWH. Is this correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe you are responsible for that? The ghost project na sinabi ng Presidente, yung mga kakulangan sa mga materyales, sa kakulangan ng mga delivery ng supply materials, do you believe you are responsible for that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Who appointed you? So it was the former secretary, and that was from the previous administration, the former president.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, this finding is very disturbing po. Ang COA kasi ay isang ahensya na inaasahan natin para magbalanse o mag-check ng ginagawa ng DPWH. Now, we are finding now, at admitted by our COA representatives, na hindi pala sapat ang mga tao nila para ma-inspeksyon. So having said that, Mr. Chair, paano na po ang mangyayari kung within DPWH, like what happened to Bulacan, hindi na na-check doon sa level ni Engineer Alcantara yung mga ginagawa ng nasa baba at hindi pa rin ma-check ng COA. This is the reason why I think na importante itong hearing na to para makita natin yung mga lapses ng ating pamahalaan. Kung saan we in the House na tayo sa committee makapag-recommend and we have to make laws to prevent lahat ng mga nangyayari na to.
Tama po ba to, sir? Yung special order na naka-project sa screen?
Yes, Your Honor po.
So, you started in Bulacan during the previous administration po. Under the Secretary Mark Villar and under the previous administration. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
At ang presidente po rin nun, of course, syempre, si former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. And kailan po kayo yung exact date na nalipat po kayo ng region?
June 16, 2025.
2025.
Your Honor, Mr.
Okay.
Chair.
Thank you, sir. Maraming salamat po.
Marami tayong natutunan, marami tayong discover at patuloy tayong magbabantay, patuloy natin sisiguraduhin na ipaglalaban natin ang kapakanan ng ating mamamayan.
Isa sa mga kasamahan natin sa Young Guns, si Congressman Rog Gutierrez ay nahalal bilang Senior Vice Chairman ng Committee on Transportation. This time, matututukan na niya ang lahat ng mga challenges at yung advokasya niya sa kanyang mga constituents at sa buong transportation sector.
Magandang araw po. Nandito na naman po tayo. Tuloy-tuloy ang ating budget deliberation sa Committee on Appropriations patungkol sa panukalang budget para sa taong 2026. Ngayong araw po ay tatlo. Nagsimula po tayo sa Department of Tourism. Kakatapos po natin sa Department of Energy at ERC. At ngayon po, papunta tayo sa Department of Foreign Affairs na hearing.
The motion is carried. The budget hearing on the proposed budget of the Department of Energy and its attached corporations as well as the Energy Regulatory Commission for fiscal year 2026 is hereby terminated.
Thank you.
Itong nakarang Miyerkules, Isa sa mga pinaka-importanting departamento ang napag-usapan ng kanilang budget. Ito ang Department of Education. At kasama po natin si Secretary Sani Angara. Bakit ito importante? Dahil ito yung kinabukasan ng ating bansa. Kailangan ho natin mabigyang solusyon ang lahat ng mga challenges, mga problema, at mabigyan solusyon yung lahat na hinaharap ng educational sector. At paano natin ito bigyan solusyon? Of course, kailangan ho natin ma-ensure na may pondo, sapat na pondo, ang Department of Education para mapabuti nila ang kanilang trabaho at mapabuti ang edukasyon para sa ating mga kabataang Pilipino.
An allocation of 1.224 trillion pesos for basic and higher education, equivalent to 4% of the country's GDP.
From the Land Registration Authority, I want to Commissioner Office, Dr. Presida.
Secretary, I do understand that it would be something pressing at this time.
The Committee on Ways and Means is hereby called to order.
Acknowledge the letter of the Good Commissioner of the BIR for not being present. I think it's incumbent upon us to wait for the presence of the BIR Commissioner. That some of the members have already signified, myself included, for some queries and questions for the good BIR Commissioner.
Nag-file po tayo today ng resolution for both houses number 2.
Naglalayon po itong pababain yung age requirement sa Constitution from 40 to 35 sa Presidente at Vice President, 35 to 30 naman sa mga senador.
Layunin po ng RBH2 na mas magkaroon po tayo ng young guns sa national government, mga senador, Vice President at future President.
Layunin po natin na bigyan ng chance yung mga batang mambabatas at mga new generation of leaders.
Ang sabi ni Gat Jose Rizal, ang kabataan ay ang pag-asa ng bayan. Ang paniwala naming young guns, ang kabataan ay maaasahan na ng bayan.
Yung sa akin naman yung RBH po natin is ito po yung pagbaba ng age, pag-lower ng age ng mga nais pong tumakbong senador, presidente, saka vice president. For senators po, from 35 to 30 years old, tapos presidente, saka vice president, siyempre, maaari na pong tumakbo yung 35 pataas po na age. So, something to look forward to kasi nakikita naman natin po sa panahon ngayon parang makapal po ang porsyento, makapal po ang percentage ng ating young voters, young middle managers, saka mga kabataan po. Kita nyo naman po dito sa Kongreso na ang dami pong young guns na nandito. Diyan din po yung mga hotshots na kasama natin. Si Kong Terry, isa po sa mga pinakabata na chairperson natin. Masyadong institutional yung dating na parang minsan parang dapat old heads lang yung mga nandyan. So we're opening up to a more collaborative type of government na kailangan po haluan natin ng mga bata, saka mga sariwa, saka bright minds.
Itong nakarang Huwebes, maski walang plenary session ang Kongreso, tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang budget briefing ng budget sa Department of Transportation at Department of Health. Kailangan ho natin mapag-usapan to dahil ito po yung dalawang pinaka-importanting departamento ng ating birokrasya.
After 10 years of hospitalization
Unang-una sa lahat, I would be remiss in my duty to not talk about the motorcycle taxi program po, no? Given yung MC Taxi Law, we passed on third reading po sana here in the last Congress, and it has been on the third reading already for the past 2 or 3, I think. Hindi pa rin naipasa. We just like to get a commitment very shortly. Alam ko, hindi naman po ito budget concern, pero this is very close to our constituency from the LTFRB po siguro. We'd want to get that commitment na tuloy pa rin po yung ating MC Taxi program.
The 2025 agreement. So ito po yung mga project, 82% of the works which
here for time. We're on board in order to further 7 million riders affected at all or minimal.
So it's good to know, good to hear po from the LTFRB na tuloy-tuloy naman po. Just some concerns dun sa rates. I hope that we would work together on that. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin po yung ating problema hanggat hindi pa po naipapasa yung batas. Medyo problematic pa po yung supposed fare matrix po natin.
And as a culmination of a very productive week, napag-usapan po natin itong Biyernes na to, ang budget ng Department of Public Works and Highways. Of course, excited lahat dahil bagong sekretary ang departamento na ito, si Secretary Vince Dizon. Alam na po natin, ang daming problema po, ang daming mga anomalies regarding flood control programs and many others. At excited ang mga miyembro ng Young Guns na pag-usapan ang budget ng Department of Public Works and Highways, syempre considering na may bago na po silang secretary, si Secretary Vince Dizon.
Resource persons and the House members present in today's hearing. To build resilient infrastructure, ensure public safety, and uplift communities has never been more critical and more urgent. What exactly is the scope, extent, and coverage of today's budget proceedings involving the DPWH budget?
What happened? And of course, in your message kanina,
that paper we're going to review, that's what's submitted. He has said that there's so many mistakes there, so many redundancy.
Totally overhauled. Not revised, maybe an understatement. That would be totally overhauled.
So as usual, isa namang very productive week for the members of the Young Guns. Sa muli, kita-kita ulit tayo next week dito lang sa Young Guns TV. Bye!